Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this fifth and final webinar in our Ready, Steady, Dream Spring 2021 launch campaign. We have obviously covered a lot of material over the last four webinars, ranging from our Christmas decorations, accessories, and gift range for this year to the great things we've got in stock right now for Mother's Day, as well as the incredible work our marketing team is doing to bring a bit of brightness and light at a time when it has obviously been very heavy and doom and gloom for everybody. We're really thrilled that you've taken the time out of your busy schedule and preparations for either reopening or keeping your business open online right now, and to join us for this launch of our home accessory collection for 2021. Obviously, in previous weeks, this is not us necessarily saving the best to last, but in previous weeks, we've covered the stuff that most people would already know of WIDUP for. Everything from our sentiment gifts to our occasion products to our now infamous Christmas decorations range. This week, we changed tack slightly and moved towards a collection that's growing for us, that's becoming increasingly important in our portfolio. And after a year of unprecedented change for people in their own circumstances in their home and gardens, actually, we now have a collection that is brilliant at telling the story of home and garden accessories in a way we never have before. We're thrilled to have an on-trend collection that has been built at a time where we haven't been able to go to our usual sources and curate or collect this collection together. And in the meantime, we have launched our Ready, Steady, Dream campaign on the back of Look on the Bright Side and built upon the trends in the market that we all know and are seeing come through regularly. As such, this presentation, 45 minutes, will cover the specific things we're doing as a business to respond to the trends in the market and the conditions we all find ourselves in regard to home and garden accessories for this year. There's so many presentations going on right now, ranging from spring fair at home to individual suppliers and what others are doing. But we really are grateful not only that you've taken the time out to join us, but I hope you'll find something insightful today as I even go through to some of the trends that we're going to see coming through in our collection and generally all the way through into spring, summer 2022. We hired Fran Roberts, our new business development manager for home accessories brands, about 2 years ago now, and she's done an incredible job of pulling together a collection that really tells the stories of the trends in the market at very commercial price points on very commercial formats. Everything we're showing on you today leans on those formats and successful areas that we've built over the previous few years. And in 2020, home accessories as a category for us saw a 56% growth in sales in a year where our sales were not growing at all. As a result, we're now representing in our Hestia brand alone over £5.5 million at retail of sales, and a really important brand and collection of brands in the marketplace. So without further ado, let's get cracking on today. Every week and every webinar so far, I've talked about the premises behind retailing in 2021, the things that are different, the things that we have to do different to support you as you go back out to open your doors and compel people to come back into store or to visit you online in a crowded marketplace. Ranging from being a responsible retailer with the ethical and technical principles that underpin what we do and what you do, embracing social media and online channels as a mechanism to communicate your message. Service experience and theatre will be so important this year when stores reopen to get people to come back out of their home and visit you in person. The safe hygienic practices we all now need to undertake, and the socializing in a completely different way around what your business is doing for key events ranging from Christmas to Mother's Day. Personal development and mental health, by taking the time out right now and joining us, is an important part of that, and making sure that you're staying abreast of everything going on in the industry and the trends we all need to be aware of. But ultimately, we are a product-driven business, and what we sell to you commercially is we are as good as our last sale, and we need to make sure that we're providing you with the toolkit of product, but the things that can underpin that to help every other element of this retail mix from 2021. So we want to be more than just a product supplier to our customers, and we want to support you more. This spring, by enforcing and driving our Ready, Steady, Dream campaign, we really hope to inspire you to dream to do things differently again, to get back out there and to challenge the norm of what you've done in the past and reflect on it in a light of the new situation we all find ourselves in. We're providing new presentation materials through our channel of presentation, everything from furniture and POS to underpin the displays that ultimately will sell your product. We're open in our showroom. I know this is controversial in some respects. Lots of people have asked how we're able to do this, but we are literally testing every single customer that comes into our premises, along with the sales staff that are seeing those people in person. We're separating our business so that the showrooms and the sales staff are kept away from the rest of the business, and we're therefore creating an incredible, safe, very, very personable environment with COVID-safe facilities, gourmet lunches, and 5 incredible 20,000 square feet of showroom. None more important, in fact, than that home showroom that reflects the ranges we're talking about today. We will also support you to come up and visit us by funding your visit with a dream ticket to come and see our showroom in person this spring up until April the 1st, which is just before Easter. If you can't come to our showroom or don't quite yet feel comfortable doing that, we also now have virtual showrooms in place that we launched on the 8th of January. These virtual showrooms are not just something we can use, but that you can be using right now by accessing the Matterport software and using your smartphone to film your store, to tell your story to your customers. And we can help you by providing a lot of the materials that will go into your Matterport to drive events and also content on the product that you're selling. Content has become a really important part of what Widup's doing. We now have digital and printed catalogs available for all 25 of our key launches and a dedicated website with intros and other content available, such as mood shots, posters, or social media that's available through Widup & Co Map, our marketing asset portal. Those assets are there now and will continue to build throughout our spring launch. Today's webinar represents the last of the webinars we're doing this spring, but we will be doing our Dream Awards ceremony to recognize the retailers doing an incredible job on the Friday, 19th of March. But in the meantime, we are attending Spring Fair at Home. You can see more about us there. And all of our previous webinars are available right now on our YouTube channel or by accessing the links we send out every single week following these webinars to cover all the topics we've talked about in the past. Service remains the heart of what Widup does. And as you can see from the review on Google there about someone's COVID safety fears, we've made sure that our underpinning service, whether it's our 24/7 ordering on widup.co.uk or our fully safe facilities with evening appointments and even Zoom or other appointments available to suit your needs. Ultimately, we want to be there for you, our customers, at this crazy time. So, the last element that's completely new to us that we haven't done before is our roadshow. And in April to May this year, we'll be taking our showroom over 1,000 square feet of product out on the road around 9 accessible locations in the UK and Ireland, reaching all of our core customer base from 4 or 5-star hotel facilities. This incredible presentation is unlike our roadshow we did in autumn, not in a vehicle, but in these hotels. And it will cover everything from our Christmas product to 250 products that will be launching at that roadshow. It begins in Glasgow on the 15th of April and will finish in Belfast on the 24th of May. So if you can't get to our showroom right now, which we still strongly urge you to do so, we really hope you'll be able to come back and see us again or in person for the first time at one of these 9 venues around the UK. But ultimately, we are, as I said, a product-led business. We're launching over 2,500 products this spring, with 1,000 of them due in stock before the end of March and 1,000 of them in our Christmas range being pre-sale. So that means there's so much product for you to access to keep things fresh and innovative on your online store or in-person store. That includes some of the things we've covered in previous weeks, from license gifting in new areas like Harry Potter, which will actually branch out into this year some home accessories and other gifting items that we've not done before. But right now and this week, we're really wanting to tell you about the things we're doing for the home and garden. Over 1,000 new products specifically focused in this area of incredible growth for Widup, and that lean on some of those trends that I've talked about in previous weeks that cover everything going on in the market right now. More specifically, that personal hygiene category that came about as a result of COVID being replaced with well-being and personal care and healthy living. And we're doing products in our home to reflect that. Sustainability coming back to the forefront as climate change also has retaken the headlines recently. Social, cultural, and ethical issues matter more in product buying decisions now than ever before, and making sure we're using an ethically, sustainably audited factory base that builds our home range and curates new product categories in sustainable materials like never before. the building of these accessory collections that come on the back of that home fragrance, DIY and home accessory trend that came through the stay-at-home orders of 2020, but also some of the other things that emerged from 2020, the number of pets that have been bought and are now part of the home, and personalization driving so much of the purchasing decision of all of our consumers now across the board. The styling and the price point remains critical to everything that Widup does. And at the top, we make trend products at halo level, to the bottom where we're making classic timeless items like our silver-plated money banks that have been in the range since 1987. There are some items, believe it or not, that still are evergreen, and we have them for you to acquire, especially in this home area. But we also have products across all the price points, from good, better, best to that halo product. In this market, we're launching 4 types of launch this spring. Product which is available right now that will be in stock before the end of March, which covers 760 of our products that are specifically in this area. Product that is due to launch our roadshow, which was originally March, but now obviously is taking place in April to May, which covers further 265 products. Product that we're showcasing now for the autumn because it's so different that we want people to be aware of it, which is another 150 products, and our Christmas offering for this year, which is a further 1,250 products. So barring pandemics and the continuation of the craziness we've all seen, acts of God such as Beast from the East 2, Brexit, shipping line profiteering, as we're all seeing right now, we are intending to stick to these deadlines this year more religiously than ever to make sure that we are, as it says at the top, under-promising and over-delivering for all of our important customers. So we're going to start by going into the home range and talking about the first of our brand new collections, which is our Meg Hawkins collection as part of our Nature Craft brand. We had the Meg Hawkins collection focused on different wildlife in previous years, but this year with a complete new factory base behind it, a complete new styling of artwork focused on British countryside and animals, we have improved the quality and the product offering with an offering here very suited to garden centres and rural retailers in particular, and that competes directly and head on with the likes of Rendale and Sophie Allport. This stock will be in stock before the end of March, and I'm excited that on today's call and webinar, I have Meg Hawkins here to join us and to share a little bit more about the background to this incredible collection that we're so proud and pleased to have in our range. So, Meg, I hope you can hear me. Are you there?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. So, firstly, Meg, tell us a little bit about, obviously, the pictures there of your shop and your artwork. Tell us a little bit about how you got into painting such incredible art related to wildlife in particular.
Well, I'm a country girl. I live in the middle of Shropshire, so I'm absolutely surrounded by wildlife all the time. So it's a no-brainer that that's an influence to me. I started painting about 6 years ago. Again, I used to do it a lot, and then I took on photography, and I did that for sort of 18 years. And then about 6 years ago, I was like, right, I really want to go back into this. So started painting a few bits and pieces. Had no idea about this side of commercial side of art at all, not a clue. Just kind of did a few market stalls and see how it goes from there, really. Then I wanted to move on, but you know, and you've got that big brick wall and you kind of go, I don't actually know what I'm meant to do and how I'm meant to go about this. I then went to a marketing meeting with a local company, and Sarah Ward was one of the hosts there, and she just sort of like, you know, when you sort of like struck and you go, oh, that's it, the penny's dropped, because she was talking about all of these sorts of things and how you know, get your art onto things and products, and basically that's kind of where it started. And then I was taught what to do and how to do it. I had Sarah mentored me for a year or so, and then basically carried on, worked out what sort of commercial side of it. I've got two different sorts of art. I've got one that's like kids illustrations, and then I've got the other side, which is obviously the sort of more fine art type stuff. and she said, choose one and focus. And being an artist, focusing on one thing is quite hard. So I chose this one because it was my passion, and just basically focused completely on what to do. Did a few trade shows and things like that, and that's kind of where it started, and from there really.
Brilliant. You, as we can see in the picture here, now have your own store. So you like a lot of people right now have a closed store, I know. Tell us about what's been happening for you in the past year, and how you've adapted what you're doing to suit this market that we all find ourselves in.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? It really is. So we had a smaller shop 2019, and we basically wanted to try it out. I wanted to be able to be in a place that when I go to a trade show and I get all of the shops coming to me, I wanted to know what to offer them. I wanted to know how people react when they come into a shop. I've never been a shop owner before. No, never done anything like that. So it was like, I wanted to know how they reacted, what the price point was, what people liked, and you soon find out like what's the best seller and what's not. There's no in between there. So we opened this store, and then 2 weeks into lockdown, our lease came to an end, and we were definitely on make or break. It was like that literal roller coaster of COVID hitting. Spring Fair had just happened, and it was like, I don't know, what do we do? I have no idea what to do. So anyway, we put on our big girl pants and basically went and decided to get a bigger shop. And as you do, a bigger shop, bigger space, all those sorts of things, in a better position. And we spent the whole of lockdown renovating the new shop, which is to the left of the screen there. So that's the one we've renovated now. And it was a huge space to fill considering what we had before. And then we realized that our product range wasn't overly big. We kind of, obviously I sell prints and cards, that's a no-brainer, but there's only so many prints and cards people will buy. So I've spent the last year basically doing product development, trying to figure out what works, obviously working alongside yourself as well, that it's like, I know what people ask me for now, so I can go, right, okay, this is what I'm getting asked for in the shop, so this is what we should be looking for to give to people. So we've kind of gone down a few different ranges. I love making a few sort of limited edition things as well. So we make a few like tweed capes and all those sorts of things with our fabric inside them and stuff like that. So I like doing something a little bit different, a little bit quirky. And at the moment we are just, obviously with the shop closed, it's just full bore into, right, okay, what's 2022 designs? what are we going to do for then? So
it's challenging for sure. Tell us about licensing and what you do. So obviously with Widget, we focus predominantly on home accessories with you. But tell us about some of the other categories you have. So you've said already you do prints and cards, but what else do you sell that other people might be able to get hold of and access in your range?
Okay, is that through licensing or just through what we
any and everything? What accompanies what we're selling, I guess.
Yeah, so we've just launched a new biscuit range, which has gone down the storm. People have loved it. We've just basically obviously rebranded designs and things like that. The biscuits we've just launched this year. We've changed our brand colours. And so what we'd launched last year in the biscuits, we've just done a whole new revamp of them. So everything's new brand colours in it. Which are quite funky and on trend. And then we have, we've also added like a chocolate bar range to it as well. what else do we do? So I've just started doing, so obviously stationery is like my main thing. That's what I love doing. So we've launched a whole new like notepads and calendars, diaries, all that sort of thing. That's what we're trying to push at the moment. And then at the end of last year, I also launched our other side of it, which is Little Joe and Co, which is basically the kiddies illustrations. We published 2 children's books last year, which I'm trying to increase on at the moment. So it's like I've published the books, but now I'm making product to go with it. So it's kind of educational for kids, which was one of the things over lockdown that obviously we're all stuck at home, and it was definitely a project that was like, right, let's get these kids outside, get them some fresh air, teach them what the local birds are and things like that. That was definitely one of my projects for last year, and I'm trying to increase on it this year now.
Great.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think, what we've got so much going on that my brain's got going, what else have I done? Looking around, what have I done?
Tell us what your favorite item is in the new Widup collection that we're about to show everybody.
Oh, the stalls. I love the stalls. They are fantastic. Yes. I literally can't wait. I can't wait to see the fragrance range. I'm like, yeah, like over the moon about it. The fragrance range, the stalls. I can't wait to see the cushion. I can't wait to see all of it. That's a really hard one. I want to see it all.
Well, that's perfect, because on a perfect place for us to finish, because now I want to show everyone this collection and talk a little bit more about what's coming in the range. But Meg, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. If people want to get in touch with you to ask more questions about other products, I assume they can do that from your website, which is on the screen here.
Yeah.
And as I said, we're thrilled to have you as a partner of Widup. We love working with you, and this range is an exciting new addition for us in our home area for 2021. So we look forward to much more to come.
Thank you so much.
I'll show everybody now what we're talking about.
Okay.
So as Meg said, there's so much in this collection, ranging from the cushions that you can see here on the left of the screen to some of the prints and doorstops that you can see. So we focus this really on areas that we know we sell very well as a business and that are growing in our portfolio. The cushions here, designed to retail for £20, are 40 by 40, so significant size in this really lovely canvas material. And that material replicates across all the items, including the stools that Meg talked about that I'll show you in a second. But we do have doorstops. We do have framed prints in this collection. The stools are there in the bottom here at £27.99 wholesale price one, which means they're aiming to be around a £50 to £60 price point with the real wooden legs. So lovely quality product. We have the clocks, we have figurines in here, and we have the mugs and coasters, which are in the beautiful new bone china finish, and ceramic coasters as well, which is a really nice addition to that collection. So we're thrilled to have this in our portfolio. It is launched right now. It's in our showroom. We'd love for you to come and see it. And we'll be building on this collection into the autumn with more new product categories and more new animals featured within it going forward. Next, actually, I invited Finola Stack to join us today, who is our other designer that we work with in illustration this spring. Finola, for those of you who don't know her or haven't heard of her, is our designer behind our Martin Gulliver collection that we acquired in 2019. Martin Gulliver is a very illustrative form of children's artwork that we built obviously into a kids homewares collection that I featured a few weeks ago. For us, this represents us branching out, particularly for those seaside companies and retailers that deal with us, that incorporates home and gift items focused on the home, obviously, but for seaside gift shops and coastal retailers who will benefit from that tourist trade. Designed to really come on the back of some of the stuff you've seen by competitors of ours in previous years. And this stock as well will be in perfectly in time for the staycations coming this summer. And it incorporates a range of beautiful watercolor artwork, from the beach huts you see here to lighthouses and birds that you can see in the top left. Finola, as you see here, was hoping to join us today but can't, unfortunately. And Finola's range and what she's worked on, similar to Meg actually, has covered everything from doorstops from Marks and Spencer's to work with Tesco, work with pet stores, and even on nursery product and kids product with us on Martin Gulliver. She's based in the Southwest, again, very, very incredible fine artist and illustrator for children's books and other products, but we're thrilled to have her working with us on this portfolio. And in 2022, you'll see us doing a lot more product with her, particularly in farm animals, actually, which will be exciting to roll out. So what is this collection? Covers everything, again, from canvas cushions and draft excluders, similar to the size that you saw in Meg's prints earlier, but very different, to some of the more novelty items of doorstops as well. We'll also have in here scented candles, mugs, clocks, coasters and placemats, even the melamine trays, stunning items all the way through to the beach bags that retail for 15 to 17 pounds. A really great collection, and really thrilled to have it in our portfolio. Country living really reflects the move on beyond what you've seen there in Naturecraft and in Finolas Beside the Seaside range, for us branching out more to bring some of our sentiment that we do so well with into our core gardening range, which is our country living offering. So this year we're excited, not for Mother's Day, I should say, because it's not going to be in stock for Mother's Day, but for mums all the way through to Mother's Day 2022, that incorporates everything from soaps and hand lotions to stepping stones for the garden, herb marker sets, wind chimes, even stationery. We're thrilled that this is the first capsule collection to be done in our portfolio that incorporates gifting items for the garden and then builds on that into everyday products. So you can see here those stepping stones going into bumblebees and butterflies and other wall art and planters. So some of these core categories that have become very commercial at both price point and consumer base that are featuring now as our core country living offering. Country living grew for us in 2020, despite everything going on, by over 30%. And we're thrilled to see this portfolio of products now growing into a sustainable part of our range. And it sits beautifully alongside Naturecraft as that very traditional, hand-carved, handcrafted elements of wildlife brought into our portfolio. The wood look figurines have been popular for a number of years, but this year you'll see us move more into electroplated and actually branch out into other items with different materials and function than we've had before. So really exciting times in our garden and country living offering, particularly when paired with Naturecraft. When we acquired Naturecraft, though, a number of years ago, probably 15 to 20 years ago now, we also acquired Best of Breed, which has been our core pet offering for a traditional customer base. This year, though, we're excited to change that and move it more into a more trend-led, modern and functional customer base for pet. And as such, we're doing everything from record books to poop bag holders, grooming kits to the pendant collars. This stock, which is one of our ones we'll be bringing to the roadshow for the first time, incorporates those CDUs to make it easy to merchandise, but also is focused on core commercial price points. 3 of these 4 items here, as you can see, under £5 retail. So really great pickup items, particularly for garden centres and gift shops with a pet themed customer base that incorporates that trend that we've seen of the number of pets in the market in the last year. However, our biggest brand in home, the one I've talked about already as the area for growth, is Hestia. Hestia, the Greek god of hearth and home, has been our signature home brand now for around about 10 years. In actual fact, Hestia for us is now become the brand that we envisaged it being. With over £5.5 million at retail, this range incorporates everything from furniture items to, for the first time, home fragrance items. And we're excited to bring into this area a new take on product that you'll have seen so many times before from other people, but that incorporates everything from candles and diffusers to ultimately gift sets and bath and body items for the home. We focused on quality and pricing. Our range of candles that we had a few years ago, as we'll hold our hands up on, had quality defects, but this factory base that we're working with now and our UK fragrance house that we're working with to make the fragrance that goes in these products is incredible, and we're thrilled to have this added to our portfolio to build on in coming years. So our candles are all soy wax, 5% fragrance in a beautiful hot foil box at under £15 retail, and they sit alongside the diffusers, which are slightly cheaper actually, again in hot foil packaging, stunning quality, and with 4 very unique fragrances developed in the UK and made in the UK for us to then manufacture candles and diffusers elsewhere. We also, though, brought in giftable items for the home that sit alongside this with our candle gift set and our diffuser gift set. We'll be expanding this to incorporate some autumnal and Christmas fragrances this year as the year rolls on. However, Hestia is known for its trends and its particular homeware items that are functional and that sit alongside a commercial trend that's already out there. We are, in 2022, working increasingly with our partner, the Trend Bible, to make sure our product is not only on trend, but that is built upon real core things and premises that we can help you to underpin in your retail environment. So within homeware for Spring Summer 21, we're thrilled to continue with 5 trends in Hestia. The first of which is lavish, that modern hotel luxury with grayscale color palette and with extravagant glitzy pieces with dramatic flair, such as the mirror you can see in the middle. Lots of mirror and glass featured here, and lots of very simple, clean lines. And for us, that means bringing in key pieces across the board, from our furniture and larger pieces to our glass accessories. This lavish collection has over 50 items in it and covers updates to our modern furniture items that we've sold previously at very commercial price points, but also new additions to our core glass accessory items, such as photo frames, jewelry boxes, and tea light holders. We're also adding new factories this year for cushions. So we've got glitzy cushions with that crushed velvet as well, featuring throughout. We're building on our factory base for ceramics to offer a more contemporary ceramic and housewares offering than we've ever had before as well. So our lavish collection, the biggest new addition that we've had this year, and builds on what we've had in the past with a real core, strong factory base of commercial items. Exhale, though, is our second trend. Calming, contemporary and clean. It's inspired by that Scandinavian simplicity and integrates, unlike lavish, a lot more wooden, simple colors and features into the range. We are also, in this trend, aligning very much with what Trend Bible had for autumn winter 2020 in store that you can see on the screen here. Everyone from H&M to Argos, from Sainsbury's to Dunelm. This builds on that glamorous times trend that Trend Bible published for autumn winter 2020 with spring accent colors and finishes to reflect on what the mood was of the autumn gone by. We're thrilled as well in Exhale to bring forth again some new factories with over 40 new items in this collection, ranging from those furniture and large pieces to incredible vases in both glass and ceramic, and moving more into our tabletop category, a real growth area for us with the reactive glaze ranges we've launched in the past, and incorporating every piece of the housewares collection. So from teacups and saucers to coffee mugs, bowls, and dinner plates, this range will build and grow this year on the back of that successful tablescaping we've done in the past. That new cushion factory feeds into every trend, but you can see it here in this trend building as well. Thrilled with the price points on this product, very commercial offering and really great new collection to build on what we had previously. Our next trend, Oasis, really is one built upon and for the spring colours. Maximalist, glamorous take on those tropical trends of years gone by, but with soft feminine colour palettes with blush greens and neutral colours featuring exotic wildlife and plants throughout all of these pieces. And those may be accents to pieces that are simple and traditional and evergreen that we've had in the range previously. It builds on that bohemian lounge trend that we're starting to see feature in spring, summer, having seen that come out in deco form, particularly in previous trends gone by, and that optimism of the 1970s starting to feature in some products of the 2020s. For us, it also builds on that Cabinet of Curiosities collection with some of these icons and patterns featuring into our portfolio of home items here to accessorize those simple block colors of brighter nature. So you'll see us changing up some of the furniture pieces we've had in the past with new gloss gold legs instead of wood on our best-selling items. 30 new items here again with new trinket boxes and jewelry boxes featuring heavily, but also us bringing forth new factories for doorstops, mirrors, and that cushion factory again featuring with some of those tropical embellishments on top of block colorways. Our third trend is for S21 is Savannah, really much leaning on that sustainable longevity that we're going to see come forth more in home in the next couple of years, but particularly building on natural materials, natural textures with that handcrafted feel, but with a soothing color palette of neutrals and terracotta, but with a few safari inspired prints This range of S21 will sit beautifully alongside, for example, our autumn 21 Christmas decorations range called Safari Nights that would accessorize this home accessory collection for Christmas time. So really thrilled to build this collection now for a year-round offering, and all of these themes and trends you'll see featured now within our Christmas decorations so that the two tie together in store and in a consumer's home. So this builds on Trend Bible's work of Elemental that was in autumn winter 2020, sorry, and sees us build on that soft color palette, those neutral textures and feelings, and bringing that forth in spring into some softer, more pastels and brighter colors for the spring season. Key pieces in Savannah, a slightly smaller collection, around about 25 new items, everything again from wall shelving and planters to lighting, an area we're particularly looking to expand and will do so more in autumn winter 2021. But planters, cushions again, and those trinket and jewelry boxes starting to feature heavily with some print on board. Our second to last trend here is Wildflower. Wildflower is very much a spring trend in that it's built on the back of the wildflowers that will grow in this season and sits most traditionally, I suppose, in our collection of all of the themes we're working on. The colours and the motifs are very much inspired by British flora and countryside, and it has a sophisticated colour palette that keeps things grounded in nature, as per the trend that we've talked about already, and that focuses again on some of those core items that we had in our Hinterlands collection from before. So you'll see those furniture and large pieces, including new mirrors at 80 cm, so larger sizes featuring for the wall now as well, including wall art. Tabletop with that reactive glaze coming through and embossing featuring on these stoneware items. Lighting again and cushions featuring, as well as icons of this symbology coming through too, such as the bumblebee, which has grown enormously in recent years. We're also introducing again here, like with Country Living, some sentiment into our home accessory collection. So some really nice sentimental evergreen items that will run trend to trend in different colors, and that really are great accessories for the home on the back of a gifting focus. For us, Hestia Cheese and Wine has become a real core collection, and for autumn winter 2021, you'll really see this range build out. Our Hestia Cheese and Wine gifts that have acacia wood and bamboo chopping board and cheese boards with really beautifully accessorized stainless steel knives. This autumn and spring will see us add a lot more items to accompany Cheese and Wine to make it more of a tabletop housewares hosting collection. Stock coming in for May, incorporating a breakfast in bed gift set, more cheese and wine gifts, but also that hosting item as we enter the autumn season, particularly for hosting at a time after the pandemic, that post-pandemic celebration that I talked about last week. So we move into photo frames, and in our photo frame collections, we very much occupy that good, better and best with our iFrame, our Impressions and our Elegance collection, all sitting under the Impressions brand. iFrame has needed a rebrand for a number of years now, and this spring sees that happen with a rebrand to a more corporate but clean logo, reflecting the face papers and the styling that's much more simple and clean alongside those home accessories we've just seen. It will reflect our new move towards trend-led elements in this brand, and also into those softer hues and colors across new formats and items. Those include larger multi-aperture frames, which we've been asked for a number of years now, but also setting a precedent for our future. We'll be moving away from packaging in this collection, boxes, to move towards a simple shrink wrap option that covers gift sets and packs of frames like we've not seen do so well in years gone by, but that are now forming a really critical part of our photo frame collections at a really great price point. Impressions and Elegance aren't left behind in this, however, and so in Impressions we've brought out 48 new SKUs of new suites, ranging across all the colorways and materials, a very traditional evergreen photo frame collection, and the best elements of our range, 2 new suites incorporating for the first time double frames across our 2 popular char green and mother and pearl finishes. In clocks has remained, as per our name and title, part of Widup's collection since 1883. We rely on and lean on our clock collections, especially at times when things are changing. And actually, this still represents well over 10% of Widdop & Co.'s business. William Widdop, as a very different customer profile to Home Time, serves that market of people who value the clock in the home, that would sometimes pass it on from generation to generation, but that are very much focused on a timepiece to keep and to not replace every year as the decoration of the home changes. Home Time serves that market with trend-led items to themes such as Elvis, as you can see here, to larger size items that are very affordable but great commercial quality. So we're really focused in Home Time on building a range that sits nicely alongside our home accessories that also incorporates trend, and in our William Widdop, all about serving the market with timeless quality pieces that will last a lifetime. So that's the portfolio of product for spring, but Widdop is becoming a home accessory powerhouse. This is a core strategy for our company going forward. And I wanted to show you a little bit today of how we're building on that into autumn, winter, and more importantly, into spring, summer 22, for those of you planning and thinking ahead. We're now partnered with Trend Bible to help us build portfolios of products that are not only commercially priced and function, but that sit well with trends. You can access your self Trend Bible and buy it for your retail environment. And actually for us, this now serves as a key development point for building the ranges we're working on. The reason for showing you spring, summer 22 trends today is to show you how our trends are evolving along with the marketplace, and to show you that that evolution does not stop as a result of COVID. For us, that sees us branch out into newer areas and accessorizing the collections we already have with not only new suppliers, but new formats too. So the 4 trends for spring, summer 22 that we're working towards and will see us incorporate even more new factories and styles are sunny states, this brighter colors of self-expression and inclusivity, some of that 70s nostalgia coming through even more into product in spring, summer 22. Habitation, focused on that sustainable, natural finishes and environment, the wholesome feel with less waste. Sensorial delight, really picking up on that post-pandemic celebration of brighter and more optimistic colorways and pattern. And golden hour, reflecting that health, wellness, comfort, reflection and refraction as a result of a noiseless time being through COVID. We're really excited across all of these to build out the colorways into newer finishes and styles, and also to evolve from where we were in autumn, winter 2021 with softer, more subtle changes into a more neutral palette of evolution into 2022. There are, of course, patterns and styles for traditional and modern consumers alike. Why I show you this now is to say that Widdop is aiming to serve all of these markets with our home collections, but to remain focused on those core commercial features and offering. So that finishes our webinar for today, but I can't say it enough again. As our last webinar concludes, please come and see us. I can't reiterate enough how safe we are as a company and how much we're taking seriously your safety when you come to visit us. Book an appointment now by readysteadydream.com, sales@widdop.co.uk, or by calling 01616881226. But we really, really hope to see you in person in our showrooms or at our roadshow as the spring progresses. Stay safe, and thank you so much for supporting our business and looking after yourselves during this crazy time. We hope to see you all very, very soon.